Okay, we've gotten all of your email requests. You wanted him back, our science guy, Dr. Jose Lopez of Seton Hall University. He is back joining us now with news from out of this world. We're talking moon rocks this morning.
Rocks. Yeah.
So they were brought during the Apollo missions back to Earth, and what happened?
Well, it was the Apollo mission, so the 5 missions that actually landed on the moon, and the Apollo 11, the famous one with Neil Armstrong, one small step for man, and they brought back samples, about 800 pounds of them, so about 300 kilograms or so of them, and also the Russians with their probes brought about 300 grams or so, which is not too much, about 3 pounds, stuff back. So now they gave them out. Yeah, they vanished. I mean, so what happened basically is Richard Nixon, as part of his goodwill tours, would say...
You're not blaming Nixon.
No,
you're
not
saying
blaming
Nixon stole them, are you?
No, he didn't steal them.
Okay.
He gave them away. He gave them away
Okay.
as souvenirs to all the heads of states from every country in the world. And what's happened is they've lost them.
Right. I think it was like something like 360 and 180 are missing, so about half are gone.
Half are
as
gone.
well as the Tang.
Yeah.
Tang is missing as well. You haven't been able to find it in the cabinet anywhere. But anyway, seriously, what's the value of these rocks? Are they just souvenirs?
There's scientific value to them. I mean, they tell us about what the moon is composed of. It's not cheese. It's
I knew it.
Knew it.
Okay, yeah.
So it tells us about the composition, the evolution of the moon. I mean, there's still controversies. People are still discussing. So even in science books, we don't know how the moon was formed.
Did we actually land on the moon? I thought that was all staged in a hoax. Okay, I'll stop talking about
we have landed on the moon. We have proof. We have these rocks to prove it. And
exactly. Or we had the rocks to prove it. Now, these countries, are they part of this investigation? What's the investigation right now?
So it turns out that NASA has their own investigative team. Who knew? And they've been working with the FBI and CIA and different things, and they've been locating them. There's actually a black market for these international moon rocks. And there's been one from Honduras that's actually sold on the black market for people saying about $10 million.
And just to have some kind of oddball souvenir?
Yeah. Most of it. I mean, they're rarer than diamonds. So that's one of the reasons. They do have a intrinsic value. Now, the thing is that they're illegal, completely illegal. So as a private citizen, you and I cannot own a moon rock.
Right.
So the federal FBI could come and arrest you. And actually, it's something just came up. It was just of yesterday. There was one of the casino owners who from Around the World Casino, with the one with the big sky needle on the strip, on the Vegas Strip. Turns out he passed away, and he had acquired one of the moon samples from the original Apollo 11 mission, and he had gotten it through a weird series of channels where he had gotten it from a mercenary who had given it to a Baptist minister who sold it to him.
Wow, this sounds like another book in the making.
This is like a movie script, everything that's been happening. And he acquired it, and now he's passed away. So as part of his will, his attorney's not really sure what to do with it. So they're planning on returning it to NASA, who's going to return it to Nicaragua, which was the original country that had gotten
So we're trying to find the rightful owners of all this stuff. By the way, my kids, if you're listening on eBay, that'd be a great Father's Day present. I know it's illegal, and you might get in a little hot water.
Logan, you can actually go on eBay, and I went last night and I looked. There is actually supposedly moon rocks from the Apollo 11 mission selling for $300,000 right now on a bid.
Wow.
So if your kids have the money, you could supposedly have. Now the only thing is we don't know if they're real.
Right. I'm sure they're fakes. In fact, I'm going to remove that ad after the show. I'm really sorry about it. I didn't mean to defraud anyone. No, I'm kidding. Interestingly enough, Matt has Tang in his kitchen cabinet from 1969.
Oh, the original.
He's putting it on eBay, and he's going to auction it off. We've gotten a lot of scientific value out of the moon mission, and now there is no moon mission. We don't even have a ship to go up there. So once lost, they're lost for good.
Basically, yeah. I mean, the last time a man has walked on the moon was Gene Kranz back in 1972. So this December, 2012, this December will be 40 years since a woman never has, but a man has walked on the moon.
I think that two things. One, do you think that's a bit of a disgrace that it's been since the 70s since we've walked on the moon?
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's I think there was such a race and it was such a tremendous investment. I mean, it was 10% of our economy we invested into it. So that, I mean, right now with the way it is, it's impossible.
And we've also gotten a lot of serendipitous inventions out of it, like titanium, and as we mentioned before, Matt's Tang. Absolutely. Right. How do you tell, is there a way to tell moon rock from non-moon rock? Even if we find these rocks, we go, oh yeah, here's your moon rock,
That's the thing. I mean, it's very difficult because according to the theories and what the Apollo missions found from the geological work that they did, they're Earth rocks because it turns out the moon is part of the Earth. What the going hypothesis is that a large meteor hit the Earth and part of the Earth, a chunk of the Earth, ripped off, and that's our moon. So it is Earth rocks we have there, but the way we figure out the difference is they're much older. They're about 4.5 billion years old compared to the surface rocks we have on Earth, which are about 3 billion or so. So that's the way to distinguish them, but those tests are not easy to do.
I can imagine that since I think I didn't pass 4th grade math. But thank you so much for your time, Dr. Jose Lopez. And of course, beware of that rock that makes me lose my ability to fly and I'm no longer bulletproof.
Kryptonite, okay.
Kryptonite, exactly.